Welcome to Keeping It Real with your hosts, Merryl Koven and Veronica Brandon Miller.
Hi, I'm Veronica.
And I'm Merrill.
And this is Keeping It Real
in Real Estate.
So, again, thank you for everyone who writes in and sends questions. And the last question, it really intrigued me. It said, should I get a pre-home inspection?
Before listing?
Before listing.
Okay.
And that's good and bad. And we'll talk about the pros and the cons. My very first property that I sold was a mobile home. I know nothing about mobile homes. Now I know everything because that one, another realtor said, definitely get a pre-inspection. You dish out the money. I was like, I don't know why we're doing this. I am so glad because they pick out everything because that could have been a major deal breaker. If we went, accepted an offer, and then this came back, they would have never been able to accept an offer. So there are certain things that you might not know about or understand, like the bottom of the mobile home was falling apart. Now when you're in the mobile home, you can't tell, but pre-inspection, they went underneath and discovered it. I'm like, oh, great. Or another home I love. It was a beautiful home. It was an old home. Beautiful home. Had the copper pipes and all this other fun stuff.
Part of the glory of Florida.
Yes, exactly. And it was a deal breaker. Or the septic tank that was broken and the homeowner just flipped out and said, I'm not fixing it.
Well, but conversely with those things, I mean, copper pipes and septic tanks, those are things to find out about those things and to have them pre-inspected, because if you are going to have something like that would generally send people running. You can disclose those things up front and you can then factor those things into your price, and that's all part of selling your property at the proper price. Because if you do the pre-listing inspection and you know that you're going to have a big chunk there, then that's just something you go into before you even list it, prepared for that negotiation. It doesn't have to be a deal breaker. And by doing a pre-inspection, you're just prepared for it.
Right. And there are some things out of your control. No lie. This is exactly what happened. So they use the attic for, Halloween, Christmas, whatever, and they put it up there. Well, when they started to plan we got an offer to sell, they cleaned out the attic, but they left one thing. This is no lie. It was a jack-o'-lantern, one of the, what do you call it? Like baskets?
Creepy things?
It's jack-o'-lantern, and you walk around and get candy for Halloween.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what it was. But it was positioned right next to the air handler.
Okay.
So the inspector, believe it or not, said they probably left it there because it's taking water in. And that wasn't it at all.
Oh,
it was just this much, out of arm's reach. They couldn't grab it.
That's so funny.
So when he went up, he was freaked out, first of all, because that's the only thing he sees.
I would never even thought of that. That's a good thought. I wouldn't even have thought of that.
Yeah, but literally, thankfully, if you have good agents, they sit there and they wait to, if you have any questions, and he had that question. I'm like,
That's
no.
Funny.
So I had the owner go up, bring it down, show there's no water in it. So little things.
Yeah.
You're never prepared.
I think also one of the things that's an important thing to touch on is when you're meeting with your people before listing and you're talking about a pre-inspection, when you're talking about the different types of financing that you might be open to, I think it's really important to understand that even though we want to be open for all types of financing, that FHA financing and VA financing is very, very, very particular.
Oh, very.
So depending on how long you have to wait out a loan or what type of fortitude you have to go through repairs, even something simple like some cracked paint might affect an FHA loan or a VA loan. So, and that might be things that will come up in a pre-inspection. So that way, if you do want to open up your listing for every type of possible buyer, which is a wonderful thing to do, then that's where a pre-inspection would really be beneficial, because then you could find out all of those things that you should address before you even get to a place of having something fall apart.
Oh yeah, and even though, again, the inspection is so vital. If let's say, something's not working, and well, we don't use it. Well, do you know what? Everything has to be working during an inspection. But an inspection mainly is also to notice any structural issues. So one of the homes that we were about to close on, it seemed that they knocked down the wall because they were going to extend it, realized that it was, what is that, a bearing wall?
A load-bearing wall.
Load-bearing wall. So they said, nope, we can't do it. And they just threw plaster and drywall. Well, when they were doing that, they damaged the structure inside. Now you can't see it. You would have no idea. We fixed it. No, he was able, the inspector, to come in and I guess when they did something, it started to drip. He could put his finger right through the wall, the drywall.
That is scary.
So anything that you tried to do and it didn't work out, disclose it, because if you saw this, you would say, do you know what? Let's have a pre-inspection, because we don't want to get all the way where we're about to accept this offer, close, everyone's happy. No, then it comes back.
I encourage anybody that has a home that's sort of, I don't know, before 1990, that's maybe 20 plus years old, to definitely do a pre-inspection. I find it to be mostly beneficial.
Oh yeah.
Especially in the negotiation factor after, because we live in the tropics. We have to address moisture. We have to address critters. This is a tropical environment. So if you're in your home for 20 plus years, it doesn't matter how well you've maintained it. There are going to be things that just need to be addressed, and that's okay.
Yeah, the roof, the sun. It's sunny in Florida, and things dry out.
Yep.
Like you said, caulk, whatever it may be. So yeah, I encourage it, and then be prepared during the inspection. Some people try and hide things, which an inspector totally will find out. A home my buyers were buying, I just happened to look up and I'm like, I see a little discolor, like they probably painted it. Well, here they use kills.
Yeah.
Just disclose that there was. We just had a hurricane. Like, don't just be ethical and put it out there. So we can have a better process, because now they literally pulled their contract. They said, forget it. You lied to us.
And I think it's also important to realize that from 2 years ago, the days of foregoing your inspection, definitely not recommended. And we're back to being able to. I'm in a contract right now where we ask for 15 days, and a couple of years ago, 15 days would have been frowned upon.
Yep.
Where now you're back to a place where 10 to 15 days is totally doable. Once again, it gives you more time to negotiate.
And I tell everybody. So my husband and I bought a house. We were dying because it was close to where he was going to be working. This was going to be great. We waived the inspection. Guess what? And then we went away. We bought the house.
We
and
came
we went
home
away.
and the whole thing was eaten by termites. It wasn't there anymore.
It might as well. No, what happened is the first night in, or first day in, I'm taking a shower and I'm like, oh, there's no pressure. And I was getting upset, and then enough is enough. I get out, and somehow I looked out front of the house, and it was flooding. Here, the well, I guess there's something on top of the well that cracked the well, and I was flooding the neighborhood. Hey, guess what? Meet your new neighbor.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, we are the Millers.
Yeah, exactly. So little things, definitely. Having an inspection, a pre-inspection, or never, ever, ever, ever waive an inspection.
Yes.
So I hope this helps you, and definitely reach out to us. Our websites are right below. And now it's going to be title time with Cynthia Riddell from Riddell Law Group.
Now it's title time with Cynthia Riddell from Riddell Law Group.
What is title insurance and why do I need it? First of all, owner's title insurance protects a homeowner's title and ownership to the property from prior defects in the chain of title. Some of the defects may remain unknown even after the most careful title search. Some of those defects that may arise could be outstanding mortgages or judgment liens that went unpaid by a seller, real estate taxes that the seller had not paid, or you may even have an unknown heir that pops out claiming ownership from some seller in the past. So these are the types of title defects that a title insurance policy is going to protect against. Title insurance is also a bit different from most insurance products in a couple ways. The first way is that it's a one-time payment of a premium, typically going to be paid at closing, as opposed to any kind of monthly or annual premium for other types of insurance products. And once you have the owner's title insurance policy, it lasts for as long as you own the property. The title insurance product also differs from typical insurance products that try to protect against some type of risk in the future, in that it tries to mitigate risk from past defects that appear in the chain of title. Therefore, again, for a one-time payment, it's very important to purchase owner's title insurance when you're purchasing the largest investment most people will make in their lives, being their home, and you want to protect it.
Now it's time for a Mortgage Minute with Laura Hanzelka from Guaranteed Rate Affinity.
Hi, this is Laura Hanzelka with Guaranteed Rate Affinity, and this is your Mortgage Minute. Today we're going to talk briefly about the Hometown Heroes program. A lot of you have heard about this. It's a down payment assistance program to help those who that work for Florida-based businesses. They don't necessarily have to be in the teaching or medical professions anymore, and it's a great program. But here's the challenge. The challenge is that the money is running out. The state of Florida has run through the first $50 million worth of this assistance since July 3rd, and they've just let us know that there's approximately 4 to 6 weeks worth of funds left. So if you're looking for a home and you are depending on that down payment assistance, which is 5% of the loan amount, up to $35,000 worth of assistance, now's the time to make that decision. Because if you wait, the money's not going to be there. For any and all questions related to this program, give me a call at 727-504-0910. Thank you.
Now it's time for Safety Second with Cindy Winning with Premier Home Watch.
Hi, this is Cindy Winning with Premier Home Watch, and I'm here to give you your 60-second safety tip. So with Premier Home Watch, we're going in and we're using a tool called a laser temperature gun. That gun is perfect. It goes onto your AC supply vent, your wine cooler, your fridge. It's looking to read the intricate malfunction of the unit, and then we're able to bring somebody in if it is not at its appropriate temperature. So nobody needs everything in the freezer and the refrigerator to spoil or for mold to infiltrate a home. So that's your 60-second tip.
Now back with Merrill and Veronica.
Well, again, we hope that you've learned some information, and always use us as trusted advisors because we're here to help you either sell or buy a home. And you can reach us. Our websites are at the bottom. And again, I hope you have a fabulous day.
Thanks for stopping in to say hi.
And sharing your day with us.
Yes, thank you.